Lucky Boys Podcast.
When I work with some of the parents with children that are with ACS cases, the kids that they learn right now, and it says if I don't get the iPhone, I will bang my head and I'm going to go back to my teacher and say, you hit me.
Stop playing.
No, this is a quote unquote one of my fathers.
Is that a cultural thing? Like, what race was a kid?
I work in the Bronx and in Harlem. I'm going to leave it as black and brown.
And they threaten to frame their parents?
Yes, because they want the iPhone, or they couldn't.
It's crazy.
And this is an actual case on my caseload where the father went to jail because, when you're in certain communities, they literally criminalize the poor. So when the school, find basically anytime when there's any allegations of child abuse, if you are black and brown or even Asians, I've had my experience with that one time when my daughter was in elementary school. Because they know, they all get around in the classrooms. They all strategize.
Hold on.
It's
scary. Are you serious? I've heard comedians make bits about this.
No, they didn't get the materials out of nowhere. This is an
kids actually case harm themselves and then frame the parents.
They'll just go and bang their head or just hurt drop the show, and they'll just go back and tell the teachers, my dad hurt me.
These are really they think about these things because back then I used to be a nuisance to my parents, but I never thought I'll frame my parents to get what I want.
I sat on the 2 train with my colleague and we heard 2 ACS caseworkers and how to strategize just to sabotage the case because the father was winning. This was on the 2 train, me coming out of work.
But was the father right?
It didn't matter because the fact that, the program that I was in, whether they were right or not, a lot of times because of certain agendas with, how families are fighting custody battles, using children as leverage and all of that.
Was there an incentive for ACS to go that route?
Keeping the case open. It's pretty much like...
Wait, what is ACS for those that don't
Administration to Children's Services.
Okay.
So, this also go into as far as today's kids, how certain cultures and how certain, economic level and how they're dealt. And I've seen it even with Chinese kids because at one time there was a case where the kid lied because this individual wanted something and the parents couldn't get it. So, this child went back to the school and fabricated a story. And the person was basically harassed for a long time and also threatened. Because a lot of times if you're in certain community, anytime that ACS is involved with the Child Protective Services, you're automatically, you will be arrested.
I would have to presume that it's a certain age range that's usually the
children, the youth. Yeah. This is the transition between the elementary school anywhere between from 5th grade because 6th grade. It used to be elementary school was up to 6th grade, 10 years old, and then it goes into the middle school and then high school. So right during transition, before they leave, because elementary school now ends at 5th grade. I'm not sure about your state in Jersey,
so
but in New York City,
they're getting 10 to 14 years old.
So during this particular age range for the youth, this is when they go out there and
wouldn't they separate the parents from the kid?
Yes, they do.
So what happens in those cases? Are the kids I was just playing?
Too late. Because now the lawyers...
But there were cases where the kids go, no, don't take my mom and dad away.
Yeah, it's too late.
I just wanted a phone.
Wait. The kid, says that this is a lie and that is already too late for...
It's too late.
The process already started?
Because now ACS will provide that child a lawyer, a case of activated. They're going to say, well, everything will be done as soon as fact-finding that we know that these incidents are non-founded. In the meantime, this child will be placed under foster care or kinship care until fact-finding. And parents will get arrested This is family court. I'm not even talking about criminal court. And I have friends and colleagues that I work with criminal court system in the Bronx and also in Manhattan, because some of the fathers I work with, they were referred to me by the Manhattan and the Bronx criminal court because of allegations of domestic issues. And any time when it has to do with domestic, whether it's conflict or violence, the criminal case also gets involved along with the family. So the moment that any allegation that comes about of anything that was harm, and the term will be like child endangerment, their parents will be either arrested, put in holding, depending if you have bail or whatever, until further notice. And sometimes the children will be either in the foster care system or in family kinship care.
Lucky Boys Podcast.